local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. As always, appreciate you being here. And you know who else appreciates you? The Rip City Remix. We're going to be talking all about that here today. Again, I am Greg Nibbler. We broadcast live. We live stream here every weekday starting at 1 p.m. Pacific, and then throughout the afternoon covering a wide range of topics. We're on Facebook, YouTube, our website, and our apps. So thanks for joining us. You may be wondering, what is this around my neck? It is some giant headphones featuring the Rip City Remix. It just makes sense. They don't appear to actually work. There's actually no speakers in here, but nonetheless, they look kind of cool. But let's talk right now about the remix and this season and the upcoming Fan Appreciation Night. And to do so, joining us, we've got DeVon Pouncey, TV analyst for the Rip City Remix. And I'm really happy to have you here. And I just want to say, for longtime watchers of Fox 12 Now, we had you and your co-host here on the show the day that you met. I think Garrett had just gotten off a plane, and you two were meeting for the first time on this show. That is just crazy to think about, that was that long, a few months ago, and now here we are.
Yeah, here we are going into the last weekend of the regular season, huh? But yeah, no, really cool. Glad to be back here joining you, and glad to have been able to rock with Garrett all season long, from that day when we all met right here on this show to now being able to have said that we've gotten through our first season with the Rip City Remix, and it's been a blast.
Yeah, I mean, I think that day you two were going to go out to lunch, I believe, after the interview, so you could get to know each other. So, I mean, and that's a huge thing for, that's your coworker, that's your broadcast partner. You guys have to have that kind of timing together and all of that. And clearly it's developed over the season. But what's that been like, having your broadcast partner here for the first time over the season?
Man, it's been really cool. He's been very good to work with. Again, since that day from us going to lunch, I think we clicked right away. We got to learn a lot about each other. We kind of got to learn about each other's styles. And I think most importantly what's worked is that we both came in pretty egoless in all of this and just wanting to kind of put each of our best foots forward and try to help create a good product as a broadcast crew. And so I think it's worked out. Hopefully those that tune in and check us out feel the same way as well. But we feel really good about the work that we've been able to do with each other, the process we've been able to make. And again, both of us just coming in trying to put our best foot forward without an ego, all for, helping out the product to be the best it can be.
Which you have. You've done a phenomenal job. I mean, and not only just meeting there at the beginning, but also, it's an inaugural season, which is huge. In the history, there's only one inaugural season, and right. You were there for this and seeing this, throughout the season. What are some of the biggest highlights for you throughout this entire season of being the broadcaster for the Rip City Remix?
Well, I think one of the biggest highlights for me is just to have seen guys develop over the course of the season and then see their realities come true and getting opportunities with the Portland Trail Blazers. One name that stands out, is Ashton Hagans, who's been able to have a really good year with the Rip City Remix, was a G League All-Star player, got called up for a 10-day contract that ultimately turned into a two-way contract for him. We've had our other two-way guys. I think even the rookie Chris Murray, seeing where he was at the beginning of the season with the remix and just kind of getting his footing underneath him as a rookie to now having a lot of success and showing what he could truly be for the future of the Portland Trail Blazers. I just think it's been really cool to see all the opportunities for guys that have been able to kind of go back and forth between the remix and the Trailblazers and seeing what that pipeline ultimately can become for the Trailblazers at large.
Right. I mean, and these guys are taking advantage of that opportunity that they're having there. And that's something that does make it really unique, actually, and pretty special to be able to see a Rip City Remix game is, you are seeing guys who are hungry. These are guys who want to succeed in this. They're taking their chance. And for some of them, it's really paying off. Like you mentioned, getting to play with the Trailblazers, getting a two-way contract. Or maybe it's a Trailblazer who's on the roster who needs some more time, needs a rehabilitator, needs some just more playing time to get used to it. And you get to see them up close there at the Child Center. And that's got to be a pretty incredible experience for just a basketball fan in general.
Yeah, I think it's been great for basketball fans. You're seeing guys that are NBA players. It's only 450 NBA roster spots. And so there's a limited amount of spots, but there are a lot of guys that are playing in the G League that are very capable of filling those spots. It's just kind of all about timing and situation for them. But the quality of basketball is so good at the G League level, and to be able to get more of an intimate up close and personal experience watching these guys play, and in some cases even meeting some of these guys at the G League level, and then ultimately be able to kind of follow their journeys as they continue to go and grow. It's something that's one of a kind, I believe, and it's been really cool to just see how many people here in this community have embraced that, and to just be able to kind of watch it all unfold in the inaugural year has been an experience like I've never had before.
Well, and to that extent, with the community involvement and just, having this here, having this in Portland, something that, I keep going back to it, but inaugural season, a big deal. So
Yeah.
for you, for this inaugural season, what's that community interaction been like throughout this season as you've been playing these games for the remix?
The community interaction has been great. Obviously in my seat as a broadcaster, it's really cool to be able to be in touch with a lot of fans that support the remix and sometimes watch the games that they can't make it to in person on TV. So I've been able to interact heavily with a lot of the fans who come and show their appreciation. Again, I think for a lot of kids and the youth in particular, being able to kind of have this up close and intimate experience with guys that they've gotten to even follow, that have gone up to the Trailblazers and have become some of their favorite young players, and then potentially getting to take an opportunity to have a photo op with these guys after the game at, center court or whatever. It's just been a really dope experience, I think, all the way around. And I think the support from the Trailblazers has been really cool to see. I mean, you show up to these games and you never know who's going to be there. I mean, I've seen over half the Blazers roster, that have attended these games. Head coach Chauncey Billups come to these games, GM Joe Cronin, so on and so forth. So I just think sort of the connectivity from, the Blazers to the remix, extending out into the community and to Rip City at large, it's been an experience that this market just has never have been able to experience before, because as you mentioned, again, it's the inaugural season, but I think it's worked out really great for everybody, and the community embracing has been really cool to see in such a unique and intimate way.
Absolutely, and I think that's key right there, unique and intimate way, because we all have the Blazers, but you go there, you're going to the Moda Center. I mean, that's a big stadium. You're not
Absolutely
necessarily that close to everybody unless you got some really good seats. But at Child Center, also a great stadium, but much more closer to the action. Closer there, you can actually see it. As you mentioned, you may even get an opportunity to take some pictures with the players or meet some of them, which can happen too. And so, to that extent, for somebody who has never been to a Rip City Remix game, if there's somebody out there that hasn't been to one, what do you think is the number one thing that they notice when they walk in to that center and watch one of those games?
I think community is the word for that. You get to notice, the Rip City community and what it's all about, and how much they really support and love their basketball here in this market. And also it's very family friendly. You see, fans aging from infant ages all the way up to, some older ages. So I think, just really being able to embrace and feel the community coming together for this team is something that is very noticeable right away. And, I think we can continue to get that going, keep that going, especially this weekend, as we got a pair of big games coming up.
Pair of games and Fan Appreciation Night going on as well. So March 30th, 3 p.m. And I know a lot of people here from Fox 12 are going to be down there. Nora, Riel, Nick Krupke, I believe Jeff Forgeron's going to be down there. So people can try out being a weather forecaster, which that's going to be interesting. So you're going to have to go down there and give it a shot for sure, DeVon.
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, I would fail at it miserably. But,
yeah.
But I mean, that's part of the fun, though, is getting down there and having that interaction. I guess, for you, being there with the remix, what are you most looking forward to when it comes to Fan Appreciation Night?
Just, the energy. The fans bring great energy to all of these games. Again, it is a big weekend. I can't deny that. I'm looking forward to the basketball itself. It's huge playoff and postseason implications on the line this weekend. The top 6 teams in each conference make it to the postseason, and right now the Remix are in a 5-way tie for 6th place. But with so many teams kind of being, so close and so airtight in this race, they can obviously move up a couple more seeds if they can figure out a way to get a pair of wins here in front of the home fans. So I'm excited for folks to be able to just come out and maybe learn a new craft, as you kind of alluded to, trying to be a weathercaster, if you will, but also be able to really root these guys on and try to help push them above that playoff line and be able to have, a storybook inaugural season by being able to close out the regular season at home on a high note and make it into the postseason in the first year of its existence.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what was it? Did you say it was a 5-way tie?
Five-way tie.
That's so many implications going on right there. That's crazy. Yeah. So clearly, there's a lot on the line then coming up this week.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
DeVon, I want to say thank you very much, for joining us to talk about this. And you two have done such a great job over this season of getting into this and learning this. And that, for anybody at home, that's not an easy thing to do.
No.
I mean, number one, what you're doing, but also a completely brand new team.
Yes.
And with guys that change out, sometimes too. So that's a lot to learn. And
a lot of ebbs and flows, but all good.
Yeah. Okay, if you did have one catchphrase that you've used the most during this season, I don't know, I'm putting you on the spot here, so that may not be something that you want to do, but if you had one, what would it be?
Well, when guys get hot from beyond the arc, I might say something to the extent of, this is not a fire drill, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolutely the real thing. Antoine Davis is burning down the nets from deep. I kind of like that one.
That's it. That's perfect. That's exactly how to close that out. All right, well, thank you very much. Appreciate you being here, and looking forward to this weekend and seeing what they can do here to get into the playoffs, hopefully. And regardless, have a great day with Fan Appreciation Day. Thanks for being here with us.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
You bet. All right, and for everybody watching again, Rip City Remix Fan Appreciation Day this Saturday, March 30th, and you can come down there. You did mention storybook. I did want to show this. We have the comic book. I'm looking at checking my screen here. I didn't even realize this was out there. There is an Avengers full court press featuring Captain America and Black Panther and the Rip City Remix. So this is also something out there. So lots going on, though, at the Fan Appreciation Day. Definitely get out there and check that out and say hi to everybody from Fox 12 as well while you're there. But thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now. We live stream here every weekday starting at 1 p.m. Pacific, covering a wide range of topics, and we've covered a lot today. You can check all that out on the Fox 12 Oregon app. Just click the Fox 12 Now tab. But that's it for right now. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.